Hey. Hello, hello, hello. Any early birdies in the chat? We should be having double live. Twitch. We have any early birdies on Twitch? We have any early birdies on YouTube? Yeah, there we go. Tora, hello. Thanks for the saying no. That's useful. Herpa Derp, how you doing over there on Twitch, YouTube? Hi Lilith. Hello, Drizzt. Ewan, hello, hello. JDP Works, how you doing? Drace this, what's up guys? Kilo Bravo, I see you guys. Brown Coat, what's up? Yeah, see? You're not bots, right? AI wouldn't respond to me, would it? Is that what AI do? Oh, goodness gracious. Oh, what's this? 40 is ranked. Ah! I don't want to hear me. Why are you playing sounds I make? The heck is that coming from? Oh, that's my video playing in the background. Nice. All right. On YouTube, it still shows I'm on the live screen, but I don't think that's right. right? Now it says I need to connect my software. Okay, there it is. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. YouTube is fine. YouTube is okay. The burn game is going. Jimmy Wong, first time chat. You're live on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you. Having my back. Appreciate you. YouTube, it's a magical place. Yeah, Twitch and YouTube are up. We have united the chats. Watsy didn't send you a festival in a box? That might explain why mine says Jimmy Wong on the address label. Oopsie. Little mix-up. Little mix-up. It's all good. It's all good. Get on in, guys. Get on in. Today's show is sponsored by Wizards of the Coast. Thank you, Wizards of the Coast, for sending me a box that says Jimmy Wong on the label. Appreciate you. Yeah, let's go bring out the star of the show. Let's do this. I've got some other sweet unboxings to do. I got my secret layers in. So if we have time, I might open these. Trigger warning. So maybe we'll have time for that. Very exciting. Yeah. And then we've also got Festival in a box. Ooh, Congrats to Burn Game winner today, Shard. Shard, you've been playing the Burn Game longer than any alive. You certainly deserve it. The last burn earns my endless respect. Thank you for being here early and warming up the stream. You guys are cool. All right. Now the big question is, did I have the foresight to set up my overhead cam correctly? No. Absolutely not. But I think I think I can handle it this time. Need some WD-40 on this arm. It's fine, guys. It's fine. This is setup ASMR. That's what we've got going on. Setup ASMR. You guys would be into you guys are into like anything. Don't worry about it. Okay, so I need my alert box. Is my alert box on the unboxing scene? No. All right, let me add my alert box. So if you guys sub and stuff, it still shows up. That's very, very important, okay? Somebody quick sub. Fine, I'll tip myself. Thanks, John. Not at all an NPC. Just put that like up here. Yep, that'll do. That's fine. Okay. Now let's see how it looks in the frame. Aw? 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 Let's see if we can light it up. Yeah. You know who's missing from this scene? Me, baby. Me. Wait, I just put my keyboard away. I needs it. Do 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 do. This is fine. Over here is the fine, right? You guys are good with like this much CGB. This works, doesn't it? I think it does. I know it's like the bare minimum of my smug punchable, but I'm sure it's fine. Are you ready? I can't wait to see what's in here. I didn't grab a box opener. I am such a clown. Just stare at this for a minute. Also, you guys can see in the title, you should be able to see in the pinned comment on YouTube, these are expected to sell out. If you are interested in what you see, you should click the link and you should have a look-see while supplies last. They are expected to sell out. So, as you guys may have followed, I got to play the first mystery booster draft at Gen Con. It was absolutely wild, and I had a very good time. The draft format was absolutely crazy, and the fact that there's Mystery Booster 2 in here is very exciting. This will be available through Secret Lair. It's available now, today. As of this time, I believe it is not sold out, and it will be available at MagicCons in the future. Welcome to your own personal MagicCon. Celebrate on social. I did. I made my social posts. All right, right off the top, what do we got here? Ooh. What is this? Is that not the finest ponder you've ever seen in your life? What am I looking at? Come here. Come here, buddy. Oh, what is this? Oh, goodness. Okay. Guys, I'm not bringing a box cutter anywhere near this, and I'm not going to bend it, so I'm getting scissors. As a professional box opener, I got a lot to learn. Jimmy would have had the scissors ready, I'm sure. I'm sure of it. There we go. So these are secret layers from MagicCons, because every MagicCon has had like a secret layer that you get on site. And these come with every festival in a box. So we've got the Ponder. Does anybody know where the Ponder's from? It's from MagicCon Chicago. Cool. We've got Swords to Plowshares. What the heck is that? What is this? Tulips bring love into the world. I bring the tulips. That's got to be Amsterdam. That is 100% Amsterdam, no question. Whoa, look at the planes. Oh my gosh, I love a good basic land. That looks like the Black Lotus on the plains. Does anybody know where this one's from? There's a John Avon. Anybody know where this plains was available before? I'm sure I have it somewhere in my notes. It's very, very pretty. Yeah, White Lotus Plains. Awesome. And then we have Convention Morrow. This test card is not for constructed play. We've got a 3/3 with hybrid of blue or 2, red or 2, green, and a 1, which I'm sure is how you say that. This is an elemental gamer. And it says, whenever you cast a spell that choice A, create a green elemental token named Morrow with the creature's power and toughness equal to the number of choice B. As you create your deck, choose an A and a B. A1 is an elemental, A2 has a watermark or landscape orientation, and A3 targets a creature you control. B1 is cards in your hand, B2 is cards among card types in graveyards, and B3 is artist among non-land, non-token permanents you control. So reading the card explains the card. Okay. Whenever you cast a spell that is, let's say choice A, is an elemental, create a green elemental with Maro is equal to the number of, and let's say we chose B1 cards in your hand. So very straightforward. You can get a little wild with it. You can make power and toughness the number of different artists among non-land, non-token permanents you control. That's absolutely wild. As a very bizarre card. I love that it's as you create your deck. So now cards are reaching into your deck building phase and noting your choices. That could be a very fun Rule Zero commander for those who are that ambitious. Let's move right along. Next, we have the Lil Legends Rainbow Foil Edition Secret Lair. So let's unbox this Secret Lair. I love rainbow foils. There are many foilings I love. Rainbow is way up there. Ooh, my goodness. Look at this cutie. Look at this cutie. Rhea Dawnbringer. 4/6 angel for 9. Flying at the beginning of your upkeep, you may return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Very, very cool. This is Lil Legends, so not Lil Walkers. They're going with Legends. These can be your commanders. Orvar, the all form. Guys, I know it looks cute, but kill it on sight. This is absolutely... Oh my god, this card is a monster. This card in Commander is a nightmare. Just destroy. Give them no quarter. None. Thank you for the sub, Aliqui on Prime on Twitch. Appreciate you. Drana, the last Blood Chief. Kiwi Vampire. And we got Lavinia, Azorius Renegade. Stacks. They're adorable stacks. Nobody will remove adorable stacks, right? Oh my god. What a freaking jelly bean this is. Oh, dang. Blake is going to love this. Blake is going to be in love with this. That is jelly bean and Omnath as they've created. So cute. And we got a Farhaven Elf as our bonus card. These cards are Pringles? I don't know, man. First of all, I collect a lot of foils. Second of all, these ones feel okay. Of course, a very climate-controlled room is helpful. All right, I hate to leave you sitting looking at these collector boosters, but there's a knock at the door, and I think it's a card delivery. It was right. Oh, I was right. You guys are gonna get a bonus later. You're gonna get to see a little bit more. I was right. All right. Stay tuned. Your LGS makes fun of you for using scissors? Dude, scissors is where it's at. So, collector boosties. Every festival in a box. Commander Masters. Lost Caverns of Ixalan. And Wilds of Eldraine collector boosty. And the most of the box. Mystery Booster 2. But we're going to get into that in a second. We got to build the suspense. We gotta see if we crack something good. Eldraine, what do we want? We want Confetti Foil Ristic Study, yeah? Let's see what we got. Did you see the price of that thing lately? It's like $700. All right. Right to the good stuff. We got Hardened Scales. Nature's Will. What are these green cards doing? Do they not know? I requested an all blue cards pack. Iron Crag, Cruel Somnophage, Talion's Messenger, Utopia Sprawl, Griffin Ari Mountain, Abrea. We're into the commons and uncommons now. All good. Well, nowhere to go but up. Lost Caverns of Ixalan Collector Boosty, Mana Crypt, and Mana Crypt, anybody? Let's do it, baby. I Utopia Sprawl all over my desk all the time. It's not that weird for me. Okay, we're going commons first in this pack. Bring it. Bring it. I want the blue Mana Crypt more than you even know. Like, more than you know. Flanker. Treasure Map. Foul Marauder. Francisco. Restless Prairie. Ian Malcolm Chaotician. I'd be very excited about any and all Jurassic Park cards, but I kind of already collected a bunch of them. I know somebody will want this, though. I do. Ooh, look at that bat. Look at that foil bat god. I love that this card sees like one of standard play in almost every black deck. Like almost every black deck runs one Aclazotz. It's the one you can't cut. The uncuttable Aclazotz is what this should be called. I also have a feeling it would make a good commander deck. I just play it so much in standard. Oh my, yeah, that's a pretty bat god. And bats are just awesome now. They've got a whole like team. He's got a whole clan with them. All kinds of bats all over. That Zoraline card is absolutely insane. Like bats in standard are real. All right, Commander Masters, what do we want? Is there a serialized Eldrazi in here? No, that's Modern Horizons. I think there's like some textured Eldrazi though, right? Oh, Jeweled Lotus. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. It has to be Jeweled Lotus. Did you know my very first pack of Commander Masters had a Jeweled Lotus in it? The very first one I opened. This is probably going to be the last one I open, unless it's like Chaos Draft, so that would be fitting. Faithless Looting. Fact or Fiction. Kimba. Mother of Summer? A Snake Shaman? Whenever a creature you control deals combat down to a player, add that much green. Ooh, that's a good one, right? That's a good one. That's an etched foil demonic tutor. Yeah, we take those. We take those. Is there like a deck that demonic tutor goes in? Maybe one running, I don't know, any black cards at all. Regal Sliver. Lady of Scrolls. Undergrowth Stadium. That's a foil beauty Undergrowth Stadium. Alrighty. Very nice. We'll take that. We'll particularly take this demonic tutor. I got plenty of decks for that. Yeah, that's a hit on the demonic tutor, 100%. All right. Let's get this one out. Are you guys ready for Mystery Booster 2? Just interesting facts have been slid across my desk, such as Mystery Booster 2 has 1,800 total cards for a unique draft experience every time, and just under 200 different set symbols. Every set from Mirage to Mom Aftermath is represented. There are the first white bordered cards in booster packs in 19 years, and there are cards in the Future Sight frame that have never been in the Future Sight frame before. There are 121 different charming new playtest cards. There's even a Mox in this thing. Wah. Scissors. Now, guys, for the last for the previous 4 years to this year, I would say, you know, starting about the time I started going out to events again, I've been declaring myself not a limited player, and I talk trash about limited players. And I announced this in a video a few weeks ago, but not everybody watches those videos. I have declared myself a social limited player. I will commit limited in social situations with people I like. And it has actually brought me a great amount of happiness. So while I don't know if I will always provide the most amazing, insightful, brilliant commentary on limited, I do actually do it sometimes these days. I've now committed limited at 2 live events in a row, Gen Con and Amsterdam, which is a new record for me, at least since the 90s. All right, guys, first pack. We are on a mission. There are many awesome cards in here. Specifically, my wife is upset with me, angry with me, that I did not pick a card in the draft and passed it to the one and only Josh Lee Kwai, called A Girl and Her Dogs. I passed this card. My wife has not forgotten. My wife will not forget. And we must open another one, or I will be permanently in the doghouse. Here we go. First pack. Solidarity. Flanks. Piracy Charm. Target creature gains Island Walk. +2/-1 until end of turn. Or target player discards a card. Ragavan removal. Time of Ice. Blessing of Leeches. Bad Deal. Dark Dweller Oracle. Goblin Taskmaster. Target goblin gets +1/+0 morph. Huh. Strangleroot Geist. There you go. Axebane Guardian. Defender, tap, add X mana in a combo where X is the number of creatures with Defender you control. Okay, that's another Arcades staple. I haven't seen that card in a while. Rustvale Bridge. Golgari Grave Troll. Wait, I know this card. I don't think I saw this art before. Dredge? We're doing Dredge? Can I play? I guess I gotta play like a 60 card deck so I don't deck myself. I wonder if Thassa's Oracle is in this. We have Dredge in limited. Oh my goodness. What? Guys, I don't think you'll have any trouble noting that there's a Dryad Arbor in the mana base with this border. It stands out, man. We actually have a Dryad Arbor in this thing. Mystery Booster 2 will be available at Magic Cons, and it's available at Festival in a Box, which is on sale today. There should be a pinned link above if you're on YouTube. There is a pinned link above on Twitch now too, available while supplies last. Power Matrix. This is a rare. 4 mana, tap it. Target creature gets +1/+1 and gains Flying, First Strike, and Trample. And look at that future sight. Wow. Mystery Booster 2 cards are non-tournament legal. They are legal, except for the playtest cards. The playtest cards are for limited only. That's my friend's favorite Infect card in Commander. Dude, this and Infect is really gross. Like, what are they gonna do about that? All right, our playtest card. These are not tournament legal unless it's limited, and it's Mystery Booster limited. This is Rule with an Even Hand. It's a conspiracy. Start the game with this conspiracy face up in the command zone. You can't attack with an odd number of creatures. Whenever you attack, double target creature's power until end of turn. Whoa. Okay. What I definitely learned at Gen Con is Conspiracy is busted and you can do it in limited. So I thought since it said the command zone, the first Conspiracy card I got passed, I didn't want to pick it because I didn't think we used the command zone in limited, but it works. It works in limited. I used a Conspiracy in my deck at Gen Con, and so you can do this in limited too. Would you play this? I have not seen this one. I would 100% play this. You can't attack with an odd number of creatures. You're probably going to forget that once or twice and feel silly, but you get used to it. Double target creature's power is pretty insane, and it starts in the command zone. So like that's active on turn 1. On turn 1. Like absolutely yes. You can't attack with an odd number of creatures. If it were even, you could attack with 1 creature and double its power, but you have to attack with 2 creatures to get it. So you have to play a ton of creatures. But anything that makes like any kind of token is probably amazing with this, quite honestly. Let's get to the next one. But yeah, Conspiracy is... I have never seen a Conspiracy before. That was busted. Advocist, Fairy Guide Mother, Alchemist Retrieval, and it... Well, aren't we just bad people? I remember back when this was standard and so were bounce lands, and it was all about annexing bounce lands. I've got to do this to Blake sometime just to let him know. Just to let him know this is still an option. What an evil card. Primeval Shambler? You know, I remember in the draft, there was a lot of land destruction and I didn't even see Annex. Incremental Blight, Scourge Devil, Dwarven Recruiter. When it comes into play, search your library for any number of dwarves and reveal them. Shuffle your library, put them on top. You can have all the 7 dwarves, guys. Sheltering Ward. Golden Bear. Then, okay. What's the story here? Is that Italian? So I got an Italian Phyrexian Walker in here? That's kind of wild that there's just suddenly an Italian Phyrexian Walker in here. Just 0 mana 0/3, but actually gets played in a number of things. Ninjas. We got Dress Down. Excellent. Reliquary Tower Whiteboarded. Any sickos adding this to their commander decks out there? Future Sight Frame Aether Vial. And Sliver of Hope. Aw, it's making a heart. 4 mana, 3/3. Slivers you control have hope. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to attacking creatures with hope. Oh, so Dolmen's Gate on a creature type, on a keyword. That's exciting. This would have gone right into my deck. I had 3 slivers. I really needed more, but we got there on 3. Every time I drew 2 or more slivers, I was cruising. All right, what we got here? Sen's Enlistment. What is this? 4 mana, 2/1/1 Kifkins with Retrace. Okay. Rambunctious Mutt. Maybe Gina will settle for this. 5 mana, 3/4. Enters the battlefield, destroy an artifact or enchantment. At least it's one the opponent controls. My dogs destroy my stuff. Forbid. Oh God, Forbid was such a evil card back in the day. Look, it still says interrupt, guys. Guys, it still says interrupt. Oh, Forbidian. Does anybody remember Forbidian? Oh my God, that deck lit my heart ablaze, and my opponents hated me. And nothing has changed. Specimen Collector, 5 mana, 2/1. When it enters the battlefield, create a green squirrel and an 0/3 crab. Somebody call Voxy. When it dies, actually, this is Olivia and Voxy in a room. And a blue wizard. So the 3 of us in a room are a Specimen Collector. Perfect. Order of Midnight. Good old Eldraine Adventure. Suffocating Fumes. Lightning Mauler. 2/1 Soul Bond. When it's paired, both creatures have haste. Scoria Cat. I've seen this card before. This is old. 5 mana, 3/3, +3/+3 if you have no untapped lands. Woodland Changeling. I should have drafted this. I had a chance to draft this like second, and I had one sliver at the time, and I passed it. Hydra's Growth. +1/+1 counter stuff. This can go in Gina's Minsk and Boo deck. She loves all the +1/+1 counter stuff. What the heck is this? Viotu Grisalho. Is this another random Italian card in here? Portuguese. We got Portuguese in the house. Okay. So it's 2 mana for a 1/5 Kite. Mega Butte. Does anyone know if the displays will be sold separately without the other stuff? You will be able to draft or buy into mystery booster events. They will be available at Magic Cons, and the only other way that they're available is Festival in a Box, which is available now while supplies last. Conspicuous Snoopy. It's a mean little goblin friend. Unnatural Selection in white border. Enchantment. Choose a creature type other than wall. Target creature becomes that type. Future Frame Sensei's Divining Top. Future Sight Frame Sensei's Divining Top. Now we can dirtle in style. Common Black Removal. That is 2 and a black instant. Choose one, sorry. Destroy target creature, then either make a food, make a treasure, put a menace counter on a creature you control, or that creature's controller mills cards equal to its power. Interesting. Interesting. I feel like that could be a real card. Absolutely. I feel like that could definitely be something in a future card. Do you think that's the best removal ever? It's still 4 mana for destroy target creature. It's fine removal. I feel like that could be a card. It's going to be good in limited, which is what it's definitely meant for in this case. You take all of that. Next up, Sunscape Familiar, the Bant Familiar. Release the dogs. Fairy Seer, Chemister's Insight, Rite of Conscription. As an additional cost to play this, sacrifice a creature. Damage equal to its power to target player. You gain life. Oh, wait, it's Fling? This is Fling? This is like Fling, guys, right? Dude. It is a sorcery. Obviously, that's not as good. I didn't know that black had a straight up Fling, though. Is this each opponent? It's target player. Okay. If it were each opponent, it would be amazing. Moan of the Unhallowed. It's played in Yargle decks. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. 2 black, create 2 Zombos. Flashback. Hellspark Elemental. I remember this one. Any Magic Duels, like throwback gamers, might remember Hellspark Elemental. 3/1 Trample, Haste, Unearth. Only lasts till end of turn. Rites of Initiation. Odyssey. Discard any number of cards at random. Creatures get +1/+0 until end turn for each card discarded this way. Huh? That's kind of crazy. All right, holding these all the way up is gonna make me shaky. This is much more cozy. There we go. I had this card in my draft deck. This card let me play some 6s and 7s. There was a game where, remember, so I had the conspiracy that made all my creatures cost 1 less. So I play this on turn 3, and then on this was BDM, Brian David Marshall, untaps and mind twists me. Does anybody knows what that means? Does anybody know what it means to be mind twisted? Mind twists me for 3. I had 5 cards in hand. That's discard 3 cards at random. On the, yeah. Brutal. But the cards I had left in my hand, the cards still in my hand were 2 6-drops. I discarded 2 lands and a 5-drop. I had 2 6-drops left, and they were 2 of the best cards in my deck. I untapped, I drew the land, I slammed them consecutive turns, and I actually won that game. I thought that game was over, but this card actually let me ramp up to the 6-drops on turn 4 and then steamroll from there. Troll Hide. +2/+2 and regeneration. Wish I had flash. Boilerworks. Garth One Eye is in here. You're telling me I can make a Black Lotus? A Shivan Dragon? That's pretty good. We got white bordered hollow one. There's some players who would want this. I think Modern still has a hollow one deck. Wow, Future Sight Collected Company. That's nice. That's pretty nice. And we got Jeskai Baller. What the heck? We're playing basketball? What the heck? 2 and a white for a 2/3. Human athlete. When you cast this spell, create a 1/1 white athlete creature token. Rebound. I was not prepared for rebound. Guys, that hit me way harder than it should have. I was so unprepared for this. Okay. All right. That's nice. By the way, it was revealed on social media. There are alchemy cards in here. There's Rusko, I believe, and there is Oracle of the Alpha. I would love to open some of those. Those would actually make my MTG Arena heart very happy. Dude, a rebound. Are you kidding me? Abzan Battle Priest. Sunder the Gateway. Coastal Piracy. I like it. Owl Familiar. Very cool. Unseal the Necropolis. Each player mills 3. Then you return 2 cards from graveyard to hand. Ooh, value. It's an instant too. That's a good card. Vindictive Vampire. Hatchet Bully. I love how some of the newer cards I just have never read because I didn't play that set in limited at all. More social limited must be committed. Mog Maniac. 1 in a red, 1/1. When it's dealt damage, it deals an equal amount of damage to target opponent. That seems like a decent commander card, really. That's a heck of a rattlesnake. When it's dealt damage. So like Blasphemous Act, somebody takes 13. I had this in my limited deck along with a copy of Greater Good. That's a pretty good pair of cards. In the Fangbearer, we are coming to infect. Terran Generator. Ooh. Oh, this card brings me back. Yosei the Morning Star. Oh my gosh, what was it? Worlds like 2003, 2004, something like that. This and Greater Good tapping everybody down. The Japanese team that ran this was so... Oh, this card was so good. Oh, it was such a groaner. Yeah, I haven't owned one since then. We have a whiteout Skyclave Apparition. That is the whitest Skyclave Apparition of all time. That is so white on white, it's ridiculous. Enter the Dead? Eater. Nope, that wasn't it. That wasn't it at all. Eater of the Dead. This is from the Dark, right? Has this ever been reprinted? Has this ever been reprinted? I don't know if it has. So this is a part of several combos because it's an open-ended ability. If it's tapped, 0, exile target creature card from a graveyard and untap it. Like there are, like you can do that at instant speed. So you can put like a million versions of this on the stack. Yeah, it's never been reprinted. Wow. Wow. I think I remember, like I was looking into getting a set of the Dark and it was one of the cards that surprised me. Look at that art too. Oh my gosh, that is awesome. And then at the bottom, Yeah, Mother's Yamazaki. What? What? 2 red, white, 2/2 legendary creature, human samurai, partner with itself. What? When this enters, target player may put Mother's Yamazaki into their hand from their library and shuffle. A commander deck can include 2 of this card. They can be your commanders. As long as you control exactly 2 permanents named Mother's Yamazaki, the legend rule doesn't apply to them. Samurai you control get +2/+2 and have vigilance and haste. That is something. That's a lot of pie. That's a lot of pie. So you have to do you have to open another one if you're doing this in limited? They may put this into their hand from their library. Yeah? Unless you can somehow shuffle it back in with the trigger on the stack, right? You can Chaos Warp it with the trigger on the stack and go fetch itself. But I guess you have to get another one. That's kind of wild. It is a callback to the Yamazaki brothers, yes. Dude, I'm still excited about Eater of the Dead, man. I haven't seen that in a long time. Azorius Herald can't be blocked when it ETBs gain 4. Pay blue. Or you have to sacrifice it. Raise the Alarm. Horizon Scholar. Code of Constraint. Twisted Abomination. Feral Shadow. Back in the day, 3 mana for a 2/1 flying summon creature. Rock Slide. We got a Braid in the house. We got Hunter's Edge. Tail Swipe. There's a Portal card, yeah. It's just a lot of sets, guys. There are so many cards from so many sets in here. Do I have a favorite card of all time? Well, I always default to back in when I was a kid. Like, Nightmare was the card I collected the most. Royal Assassin was the first card I ever saw that I was like, oh my god. So those are some of my favorite cards of all time. Witherbloom Apprentice. Shared Summons. I'm not going to name the opponent who did this. I had an Aven Mind Sensor out. Spoiler alert, Aven Mind Sensor in this set. I had an Aven Mind Sensor on the board. My opponent shares summons into it, fetched 2 amazing cards, kicked my butt, and then afterwards I was like, oh yeah, that's how that works. I totally missed it. We both missed it. Felt so bad afterwards. All right. Oh man, white bordered Limdul's Vault. Oh my god, when somebody casts this in Commander and they have like 40 health, I just go make myself a snack and go to the bathroom. I take like a good 10-minute break. This is Dimir Instant. Look at the top 5 of your library. Originally from Alliances, I think. Look at the top 5 of your library. As many times as you choose, you may pay 1 life. Put them on the bottom of your library in any order. Then look at the top 5 of your library. Then shuffle and put the last cards you looked at this way on top in any order. Here's what I love, man. I love that you put the cards on the bottom of your library in any order, and then at the end you shuffle. So you literally have people like optimizing the order they're putting them on the bottom, and then they end up shuffling anyway. Like this card, it's a good card. It's a very good card. I have one in my collection again. That's nice. Speaking of nice, rest in peace. It's a nice frame on a rest in peace, isn't it? Where what? Where what? What is this? 3 and a green werewolf daybound. When it enters the battlefield, you may exile a creature card from your graveyard or hand. If you do, that card becomes this creature's back face, and that back face has Nightbound. If you exile a card from your hand this way, draw a card? Wait, so I can just have like I can have some Eldrazi just in my hand? And this becomes the backside of where what? Dude, that is cool, right? Like, that is cool. I know day, night, wham, but like, that is so cool. That is so absurdly cool. Now I'm going to look at the backside that probably isn't there. Yep. It is nothing. Where Traxa, exactly. Oh my gosh, that is cool. I love this. This is a very neat design. Gavin be playing with this set. Oh my gosh. It takes a lot of, you can tell it's like, I know they did Mystery Booster before, but I really feel like the cards, like the playtest cards, have gotten more interesting since the Unknown events. I feel like they're taking a lot of what works in Unknown and using it in Mystery Booster, and I think it's a beautiful thing. Trostani's Judgment, Splendor Mare, Thassa's Emissary, 3/3 bestow +3/+3 whenever it deals damage to a player, draw a card. Dang, the heck of an aura. Set Adrift, Earthquake, sorry. Soul Snuffers comes into play, -1/-1 counter on a creature, sure. Grim Bounty, destroy target creature or planeswalker, make a treasure, sure. Raging Minotaur, we saw. Oh, look at that. 4 mana for a 3/3 haste, summon creature. Like they did it in Portal. Sparksmith, this card. Those who don't know, this card was a house back in the day. Dominated limited, made a splash and constructed. What an evil freaking card. You tap it for X damage to target creature and X damage to you, where X is the number of goblins in play. This card was an absolute menace. Bushwhack. Restock. 5 mana, return 2 cards. Exile this. Survivor's Encampment. That's weird deserty land from Amonkhet. Plague Engineer. Good with Maha, I can promise you that. Environmental Sciences. We got lessons in here, guys. We got lessons in here. Are we learning? How you doing, Holy? Mom, get the camera. There's CGB on my screen. Thank you for the sub. 68 months. Almost nice, dude. Nice. Torpor Orb, Future Sight frame. Look at that. Your abilities do not trigger. Why do we have all these nice looking stacks pieces? It's going to encourage people to play them. Bolt Fire. What do you do? 1 red sorcery, 2 damage to any target. Flash forward for 5 mana. So this is a throwback to Firebolt. That's why it's called Bolt Fire. You may cast this card from exile for its flash forward cost, then put it on the bottom of your library. Okay, so I'm guessing when you cast this, it exiles when it resolves, and then you cast it for 5 at some point in the future. That's a cool design. That's pretty cool. It's a little adventure-y, but it's not like 2 different spells. It's the same spell twice, right? Stacks is a good thing. I think some people would disagree. Moving right along. Yes, this is the new Mystery Booster 2. Genju of the Fields. I remember the Genjus. They're okay. Sir Alan the Lion's Claw. Twisted Image. Switch target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. Draw a card. Nice. Mystic Subdual. Bubbling Muck. Until end of turn, whenever a player taps a swamp for mana, it produces an additional black. That's a nice little reprint. That's coming out of Urza Saga, right? That's an Urza set. Ooh. Wicked Pact. 1 and a black sorcery, destroy 2 target non-black creatures, you lose 5 life. Some are saying it doesn't exile itself. Okay, I mean, that's fine. I thought it might be part of the ability, like a keyword. But it does make sense, like that you should have to pay a cost to exile it. So like you play it, and then you exile it to like delve, right? And then, you know, after you delve it away, you get to use that ability. I could buy that. Searing Spear, just good old 3 to someone's face. Goblin Wizardry, create 2 goblins with prowess. Overgrowth. This land is better than you expect. It says whenever enchanted land is tapped for mana, its controller adds green. So you get the mana from the land, and then you get the 2 green. So it's essentially like it's almost free. If you put on untapped land, it creates 2 mana and it only costs you 3. It's close. Like, and then after that, like the land taps for 3 mana. The typical land taps for 3 mana with this. It's way better than I thought it was. Ryan David Marshall scared the holy crap out of me with this card. The amount of mana that it generated. We got Quirion Elves, good old Mirage. We've got Tainted Wood, straight out of Torment. We've got the Herald of Secret Streams from Ixalan. We've got a white bordered Brain Freeze. Oh my goodness. Biggest hit so far? I think the Eater of the Dead has a lot of upside. That really surprised me. I did not think that would be in here. We've got a Future Sight Grinding Station. This is my first Grinding Station, but I'm aware of CDH combo loops with Grinding Station that let you basically mill out yourself and then the whole table. And we've got New Master of Arms. So who are you? 2 and a white, 2/2 human soldier with first strike. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt to blocking creatures that are tapped. That would be dealt by blocking creatures that are tapped. And for 1 and a white, tap target creature blocking New Master of Arms. So this is funny because there's a card Master of Arms, and it's in the set. And I remember because I think somebody either played against me or I was looking at it in the draft. And it's one of the silliest cards you'll ever see. Let me see if I can pull it up here. It just made no sense. You guys, who here knows the card Master of Arms? Can somebody enter that command in chat? It's actually awkward for me to get to my keyboard. I don't have a desk set up that has a keyboard I can easily reach next to this. So Master of Arms is a 2/2 first strike human soldier for 3. For 1 and a white, tap target creature blocking Master of Arms. Tap target creature blocking Master of Arms. Is that good? So apparently back when the card was designed, tapped creatures didn't deal damage. Kind of like tapping artifacts turned them off on mono artifacts. At least that was the story. But now it just seems like the weirdest, dumbest ability. So New Master of Arms is bringing it back. And that is this reference. Looks like I lost music. Let me fix. Some of the Covert Go Chill video lovers enjoy this. You know this soundtrack. Yep. Festival in a Box is available while supplies last. They have warned me that they expect potential sellouts, so you should probably, if you are interested in what you see, if this looks fun, and trust me, if you have friends and you like cracking a box and drafting a box sometimes, you probably want one of these. Like, I can say it's an insane amount of fun and you have no idea what's going to come out of it. You should click the link. You should get your orders in, like, soon. Because I was definitely warned, like, they're going to let me know if they sell out. But yeah, there is potential. All right. Anyway, we got Flicker Wisp. We got Armored Ascension. +1/+1 for each planes you control and flying. That's pretty nasty. Hard Evidence. Curiosity. Nice. We got a Diabolic Tutor from Odyssey. That's the way I met Diabolic Tutor back in the day. We were all so excited about Diabolic Tutor. Oh my God, they reprinted Demonic Tutor. It doesn't matter. It's double the cost. It's fine. Bone Shredder. Opening packs. I mean, look, if you also just love opening packs and collecting cards, there is a lot of experiences in here. There are just so many cards. You really don't know what's in there. Like, I had no idea. Like, again, Eater of the Dead. Like, people have forgotten a lot of these cards, you know? You find some prisoners. Mercadia's Downfall. Dreampod Druid. 2/2 at the beginning of each upkeep. If this is enchanted, make a 1/1 sapperling. Ooh. That's a commander card that I think we didn't know about. Bloomhulk. Rimewood Falls. There it is. There's Hymn to the Wilds. Hymn of the Wilds. Okay, this is the card, baby. This is the freaking card. This card is a bomb. First pick this card. I think I got this card like 5th. I had 7 spells I couldn't play because I picked this card. Still worth it. Like, I had 7 awesome spells I never played in my draft because it was like midway through pack 2 that I got this. Still worth it. This card is cracked. This card is limited insane. You get to play your 2-drop on turn 1. You get to play your 3-drop on turn 2. You just go to work, just make a nice curve, profit. Your cards can be vanilla. It's unbelievable. It's so good. Unless this happens. This is rigged. It is rigged that these are in the same pack because somebody's gonna first pick one of these and the other person's gonna be like, dude, what'd you pass? And they're gonna get trounced. What a perfect follow-up, no doubt. Oh my God. Oh my God. Anyway, that is a heck of a Day of Judgment. Oh my gosh, look at the Future Sight Rashad import. Look at that. How to Be Rude. Back in the day, this card was worth so much money. It was so hard to get your hands on Rashad import. This card like dominated Standard. It absolutely dominated Standard because it's so mean. What a pack, dude. And what do we have here? It's not over. Shay, friend to maybe too many. Okay. Wait a minute. Is it Shay? Chia? Is it Chia or is it Shay? What do you guys think? Should Shay play this on the show? Friend to maybe too many. This is Abzan. Legendary creature, human, wizard, 2/4. Familiar spells you cast have flash. Familiar spells you cast have flash. Bats, birds, cats, dragons, fairies, foxes, frogs, imps, lizards, and spiders are familiar, as well as any creature with familiar in its name. Wow. Wow. Okay. Tap to add X green, and each opponent loses X life, where X is the number of familiars you control. This is a sweet commander. I'm tempted to build this. Like, the tap ability is awesome. That tap ability is absolutely nuts. Obviously, you get a Maskwood Nexus and you do your thing. But there are ways to make a bunch of these. Like, dragons are familiars, guys. Changelings? Yeah, changelings are familiars. Yes. Yes. Like, there's a lot of good cards here. Spiders, you do like spider spawning, and then you tap this and you drain everybody and you make 1,000,000 mana. Like, this is amazing. This is a really cool idea, man. This is so nice. I see why people say mystery boosters are unsets done right. It's true. It's basically a bunch of cool reprints, cards you never knew existed that you probably don't own already, that just kind of, it's like, oh, well, I'm like, that set was 1,000,000 years ago. I never knew about this card, but now I have one for my collection. If I ever build a deck that this is perfect for, I have it. And then you just get the kind of un-ish quality of, here is a, God, what is this card? And some of them are completely ridiculous, and some of them are funny, and some of them are just like cool cards that you want to play with. Like, I think that this is a card someone wants to play with. I kind of want to play with it, and I'm not into typal decks nearly as much as most people. Stone Cloaker, 3/2 flash flyer. When it comes into play, return a creature to its owner's hand that you control. When it comes into play, remove target card in a graveyard from the game. Interesting. Tormented Angel. Beltol Dragon. Megamorph Dragon. Ovinomancer. The good old sheep machine. Tap this. Oh, by the way, when this enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless you return 3 basic lands you control to their owner's hand. Tap it. Return it to its owner's hand to destroy target creature. It can't be regenerated. And the creature's controller gets a green sheep 0/1. Like, this is absolutely insane, dude. I remember this card. This card was around. This one is Dominaria remastered, but I remember this card. We tried way too hard to make it work. Shoreline Salvager. If you control an island, draw, as it should be. Stupor. You know, back in the day in Standard, they restricted him to Torok. You were only allowed to have one left. So, of course, a mono black Necro deck made the top 8 of the very next Pro Tour in Dallas, running 4 copies of Stupor and 1 copy of Hymn to Torak. Because guess what? Making people discard 2 cards, any amount of them at random, is still really freaking good. Burning Cloak, a red. Any one creature gets +2/+0 until end of turn, 2 damage to that creature at sorcery speed. Man, Portal had the tricks. Goblin Crater Maker. Wall of Roots. Wonder if you can go infinite in Mystery Booster 2. Warbriar Blessing. I finally hit Mythic, CGB. Congratulations, you are cool. Murderous Redcap. When it comes into play, it deals damage equal to its power to target creature or player with Persist. It's just good value, baby. Good value for a Goblin Assassin. Blatant Thievery. Nice. Very nice. One of my absolute favorites in Commander, and none of my friends' favorites in Commander. Just steal something from everyone. Ooh, we got a Companion. We can do Companion in this set. We got Karuga the Macro Sage. Do you want a white bordered Karuga as your companion? Now you can. Nice. You know what card I always need more of in different, unique, interesting, gorgeous printings? That's right. The answer is Soul Ring. 100%. Dude, having this in limited is such... Okay, I'm kind of mad that you can have this in limited, but here we go. Can you imagine you sit down to your first game of limited in years and it's turn 1 Soul Ring from the opponent? Can you imagine being the one to have the turn 1 Soul Ring? Dude. Oh my God, Value Town. Adventurer. This is a land. It is a town. Value Town enters tapped. It taps for a blue or a red. You can take a trip to Value Town with a 6 mana sorcery adventure that says draw 2 cards. This spell deals 2 damage to each opponent. I mean, that's a really expensive, very average sorcery, but it's on a land. It's like another version of an MDFC, so of course it's still playable. That also seems like a card that just could happen someday. Adventure lands? I don't know, that makes sense to me. Digging. Yeah, adventure on a land, guys. It's just fun to see some of this stuff. It goes to show that there's still a lot of room for Magic to make things. Just when you think you've seen it all. Revel Squad is 4 mana for 3/3. When you're attacked, if this is untapped, you may untap all creatures you control. It's pretty good. Kami of False Hope. Sack it to Fog. It's a spore. Okay, I've got my white Spore Frog. That's nice. That is very, very nice. Oh, Forbidian is possible. You can get Ophidian and Forbid We opened a 4-bid earlier, by the way. Old school players know the power of Ophidian. Mind Bend. Change the text of target permanent by replacing all instances of one color word or basic land type with another. Change the Cabal Coffers text to all plane, like make a black mana for each planes you control. Your opponents will love it. Puppet Conjurer makes Homunculus. Heartless Act. Unexpected Windfall. Ramanop Ruans. Fortifying Drought. Iwamori of the Open Fist. This card in limited is oh my gosh, it's so upsetting. In standard, this card was risky. It was a sideboard card though, because still potentially good. And in some matchups, they just didn't have the legendary creature to put on the battlefield. In limited, you never have it. It feels so bad. Guildless Commons. It's a bounce land that can go in every deck. Bad Moon. Guys, I registered a deck at the Pro Tour. I can't remember for sure. I believe it had 3 or 4 copies of Bad Moon in it. When my opponent attacked me with their Hypnotic Spectre and said take 3, I realized I'd made a huge mistake. Anyway, mental misstep, white bordered mental misstep. We could say I made a mental misstep in my preparation for that Pro Tour. Echo of Eons. Oh, this is the Modern Horizons Time Twister-y effect. Each player shuffles their hand and graveyard into their library, then draws 7. The flashback is 3. The regular cost is 6. So you discard it and you have Time Twister from your graveyard. That's cool. And of course the frame is awesome. Processing Plant. This is a land type Ulamog's power plant. What the? Ulamog has a power plant? Is that canon? It taps for white, blue, black, or colorless. It enters the battlefield tapped. When it enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into the player's graveyard. If you do, untap this, exile the top card of each opponent's, otherwise exile the top card of each opponent's library. Oh, I guess. It's interesting. Still, Ulamog is coming for Urza as far as like land production. Yeah, if you have multiples of these, they kind of play off each other where the first one has to be tapped, but the second one can come in untapped. I mean, it's still a 3/4 color land if you need the colorless pip for Eldrazi. It's a totally fine land. Even Squire. Exalted. Magic Duels players remember. Angelic Page. Fade Away. For each creature, that creature's controller pays 1 or sacrifices a permanent? Dude, this is messed up. What? Oh my gosh, and look at the art. Look at the silly art. This is Exodus, I think. Oh my god. Mana War. That is a big jellyfish making a shark miserable. That is kind of epic. Deepwood Legate, I guess. Opponent controls a forest and you control a swamp. That's a lot. You may play this without paying its mana cost. You're telling me if I predict my meta perfectly, I can have a 0 mana 1/1. Or I can pay 4 mana for this. That's funny. Feast or Famine. Changeling Berserker. Scrapwork Mutt. Abzan Beastmaster. Draw a card if you control the creature with the greatest toughness or tied for the greatest toughness. That's pretty cool. Basara Tower Archer. Green for a 2/1 hexproof reach. Sure. Sky Knight Vanguard is a banger. Path of Discovery is a banger. I had this in my deck. Kitchen Finks. White bordered, 3/2. When it enters, gain 2 life, persist. Oof. Please, Wizards, we need Kitchen Finks back. Best of 1 standard is going too fast. Please reprint Kitchen Finks. Please. Oh, that's cool. I had wondered, like, if they did Swords to Plowshares in the Future Sight frame, which art they'd use. That's a good choice. I think that's a really good choice. Also a good limited card. Don't worry about it. Okay. 1 green and a blue for Enchantment Aura. Enchant a card in your hand. Okay. This aura remains on the battlefield. If you play enchanted card or it otherwise leaves your hand, put this aura in the graveyard. Enchanted card costs 1 less to cast. When you cast enchanted card, copy it. Damn. What do you guys think of enchant card in your hand? I mean, that's kind of insane, right? That's a pretty busted card. Assuming you have any large, powerful card in your hand, the idea of copying it is pretty absurd unless it's legendary. That's kind of wild, dude. That's pretty wild. I love that. That is a cool card. When that comes out, you start sweating, man. You immediately just start sweating. It does feel a little alchemy, doesn't it? How do you track that in paper? Maybe there's a different colored sleeve you can put on the card while it's in your hand, and then you change the sleeve as soon as you play it or shuffle it back in, or it goes to the graveyard. Or maybe you take it out of the sleeve. There's some ways to do it. Ramosian Rally. If you control planes, you may tap an untapped creature control. Instead of paying its mana cost, creatures get +1/+1. Wow. Griffin Guide. Mistblade Shinobi. Merfolk Trickster. Foot Bottom Feast. Put any number of target creature cards from your graveyard on top of your library and draw. Nice. Scourge Familiar. Kind of a competitive mono black like Crick card is what I know this from the most. About Face. Red instant, switch target creature's power and toughness. Seems like, wait a minute, what? Is that a red thing? Effects that alter the creature's power, alter its toughness instead. Okay. Nice. Swelter deals 2 damage to each of 2 creatures. Tangle, got him. Grizzly Fate, Circuit Mender, Grist. Guys, we've got Grist in here. That's gotta be good. We've got white bordered Thespian Stage. Can copy any land on the battlefield, even your opponent's. Hydroblast. The good one. Pyroblast is trash. Hydroblast is absolutely based. I will hear no discussion of otherwise. Hish of the Snake Cult. Look at this. Look at this muscle-bound reptile. 2 Sultai, so 5 mana, 2/5 snake. Nagas and serpents you control are snakes. Will errata this to be true? Okay. It's a little inside baseball here. Snakes you control have Daunt, Death Touch, and Poisonous 2. A creature with Daunt can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less. Whenever a creature with Poisonous 2 deals combat damage to a player, that player gets 2 poison tokens. Oh my gosh. Can you make a worst possible episode with playtest cards? We'll see. I know I've got at least 3 legendaries now. Let's just say it's on the menu. A commander show with these is definitely on the menu. We'll see if it becomes something you guys are really looking for. Like, how many of you want to watch that? Like in chat right now, how many of you would watch a commander show with these commanders? Boros Elite, Inspiring Overseer, Nevermaker. When it leaves play, put target non-land permanent on top of owner's library. Oh, it's actually a pretty hyped response. That's cool. Thank you guys. I'll talk to the crew later today when we work on something special that I'm not going to tell you about. Wash Away is here. Mind Stab. Discard 3 cards. Yikers. Duskmangler. Sabertooth Wyvern. Skewer the Critics. Masked Admirers. Charge Through. Bazali Ambusher, another one you can play for free. There's a lot of like sneaky play it for free in this, which is kind of wild. Murderous Rider, just a rock solid Eldraine rare. White Bordered Stitcher's Supplier. Dang. Whoa. Future Sight Relentless Assault. Combat, 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 combat. Wow, that is pretty cool. Okay. Before even reading the rest of the card, Naturalize 2. I love the idea that staple cards can have sequels. We need a Tarmogoyf 2 is what we need. All right. 1 and a green instant. Destroy target artifact, enchantment, emblem, or gameplay tracker. Trackers include play aids such as Dungeons, the City's Blessing, and Monarch. You can destroy emblems, Dungeons, the City's Blessing, and the Monarch. We need this now. We need this now. This must happen. Guys, Naturalize 2. Naturalize 2 in a future set. Come on, baby. This is so necessary. I mean, I don't think emblems. I'm thinking, so those of you who have played enough like Legacy, I know you've got me on this one. It wouldn't even see play, but it's just the idea of having a way to do it. It's about the dungeons, right? It's about the initiative, right? Right? Like that, let's be real. We're not trying to keep the ring from tempting us. We're going after the initiative, right? Yeah. We need this now. We need this now. Well done. Remove day night. Oh my gosh, yes. All right. Blessing. Can you imagine, by the way? Don't do this, anybody. Rule 0, have good discussions with your play group, or maybe just before the game, like you say something like, I've got some Mystery Booster 2 cards in here, is that okay? And people are like, sure. Can you imagine the first time somebody is playing like their dungeon deck against you and you naturalize to their dungeon? Can you imagine their face? I want to see that face. I want to see that face very, very bad. Like, that is the kind of stuff you should pull on your friends for funsies. Imposter of the Sixth Pride, Siren Storm Tamer, Pirate's Prize, Augur of Skulls, Go to the Blank, Anger, Bronze Plate Boar, Deglammer. See, whatever, Deglammer, you're good and all, and you're good against the One Ring, that's nice, but we want Naturalized too. Sea Guide Ash. When it's put into a graveyard, search your library for 3 forests. What a card. Fracture. Wake Thrasher. 2 and a blue, 1/1 Merfolk Soldier. Whenever a permanent you control becomes untapped, this gets +1/+1 till end of turn. Okay. Blazing Root Walla, white bordered. Ta-da! So many ways to get stuff for free in this set. I have not seen this in a long time, you guys. A long time. Oh, this was a blue mage's control weapon of choice back in the day. Oh my gosh. This in 60 card standard with a sideboard that you could go get an instant from outside the game in your sideboard with Cunning Wish. It was with the win con fetcher. This was the perfect answer silver bullet fetcher. Oh my god, I loved Cunning Wish standard so much. Like, this is absolutely cool. Absolutely sweet. I mean, I can't use it in Commander without some Rule Zero talk, which is unfortunate, but it is cool that this exists. It looks very pretty. Cunning freaking Wish, huh? Junned him out. All right. Nuzel, thank you very much for the Prime and for 42 months of support. I appreciate that. You're cool. Junned him out. Jund mana sorcery with retrace, of course. Sorry, no room for reminder text. At least they took the time to apologize, am I right? Choose one at random. Create a copy of a chosen card. You may cast the copy without paying its mana cost, and your choices are Abrupt Decay, Blightning, Bloodbraid Elf, Lightning Bolt, Liliana of the Veil, or Tarmogoyf. Is this whole set illegal? Nope, just the test cards. All the other cards, assuming they're not individually banned in their format, are legal. It's 1 test card per pack. I think the most you can do is 1 test card per pack. And that is for limited play and not constructed play. That is a very fun card. Blightning. So Blightning is 1 black red. Target opponent discards 2 cards, and then they take 3 damage. It was a good Jund card back in the day. Jabba the Punk, thank you for the Prime in 19 months. You're cool. And the Infamous Chicken, thank you for the Prime. You are cool, as Infamous Chickens often were. If Reed Duke was a card, yeah, it's good that Reed Duke, gets another invitational type card here. Does a copy go to the graveyard? So I believe that the way that these copy is, it's literally like introducing the card to the game. It's closer to like an alchemy, like conjuring effect. So yeah. Journey to Nowhere. Master Splicer. Ooh, Submerge. Another potentially free card. Daring Saboteur. Skin Thinner. When it's turned face up, destroy target non-black creature. Ew. As Megamorph. Dothy Horror. Tybalt Rakish Instigator. Reckless Impulse. Sudden Spinnerets. Of course, if you are at a MagicCon and if you are playing a Mystery Booster 2 event, you can always call a judge, and you should. Don't take my word for freaking anything ever. Thank you. Evolution Charm. 1 and a green instant. Search your library for a basic land. Put it in your hand. Return target green creature from graveyard to your hand. or target creature gains flying. What? Why is a green card giving out flying? Where's my color pie? What's going on here? Unstable Frontier. What are you? Tap for 1 colorless. Target land you control becomes the basic land type of your choice until end of turn. It's a lot like an Unknown Shores, right? Because you tap it to make another land tap for any color mana. But it's better than like an Unknown Shores with like a Maze of Ith or an Eldrazi Monument Temple, a land that doesn't usually tap for mana. So this is probably better in like a colorless Eldrazi commander deck than some of the other cards that you run. Of course, if you have an Eldrazi, a colorless Eldrazi deck, you are a full expert on which utility lands to run, aren't you? A Johnny the Great-Hearted. Isochron Scepter. What is this doing in here? Oh, welcome to Limited. Isochron Scepter counterspell. Your go. Okay. Oh my gosh, we got more spikes. Good old Spike Weaver. 3+1/+1 counters. Remove a counter. Prevent all combat damage. If you have a way to keep adding counters to this, you have endless fogs. What a card, baby. What a card. Can't quite recall. Look at that art. I don't need to read anything else. You already know that this is going to be an LOL. You already know this is funny. Instant. Forbidden. This card can't be in your starting deck. Yes, you read that right. You need to figure out a way to get it into the game without it being in your deck. Target player draws 3 cards. Well, I hate to just leave no puzzles for anyone, but it appears I have located a combo. It's all coming together, baby. Can you imagine first picking Cunning Wish and opening this? I bet you could pass this and it would table. And then you know what you have there? You have 4 mana, draw 3. Congratulations. Well, that's the deal, right? You can wish for your 1 mana, draw 3, but you can also just wish for other solutions, other cards, right? That's why it's still probably good. It's better than it sounds. Oh, and yes, then of course, Isochron Scepter it. Of course. Of course you Isochron Scepter that thing. And you draw your deck. Devout Witness. Discard a card to destroy target artifact or enchantment. I'd almost play this in Commander the way that our format is going. Oh my god. Moonweaver Giant. Diplomatic Escort. Counter target spell or ability that targets a creature. Field Pact Informant. Shades Form. Children's Edict. Dwarven Miner. Like I said, there's like land destruction. By the way, how about this pose? Anybody else like, hello? How you doing today? Just out destroying some non-basic lands. Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just over here destroying non-basic lands. How are you? Mog Conscripts. From gorgeous to something else. 1 red, 2/2. It cannot attack unless you've cast a creature spell this turn. Normally not very hard. This card was an absolute nightmare back in the day. Summit Apes. I had this in my draft deck. It actually was really good. 5/2 Menace punches for a lot. Skyshroud Claim. Mercy Killing. This is a card. Target creature's controller sacrifices it, then puts X 1/1 green and white elf warrior creature tokens into play where X is the creature's power? Wow. Okay, that's an interesting like removal spell that you could use on yourself in a token deck, but also hit your opponent's creature if you had to. That's kind of wild. Makes your Sunfall really good. Makes your Decree of Pain epic. Think of the possibilities. Crystalline Crawler is a 4-mana 1/1 artifact creature. Converge. It enters with a +1/+1 counter for each color mana spent to cast it. Remove a counter for a mana of any color. Put a counter on it. Oh, it's like ramp on a pretty big artifact body. You can also make the mana the turn you play it. That's pretty cool. That's not a bad card, is it? Especially in like a 3, 4, 5 color deck that had any kind of other synergy with this thing entering. It's pretty good. Thornbite Staff. What are you? Equips for 4. Dang. It's a Kindred Artifact Shaman equipment. Sure. Let's put more types on it. See what happens. It has 2 and a tap. This creature deals 1 damage to any target, and whenever a creature dies, untap this. Whenever a shaman enters the battlefield, you may attach this to it. Oh, so if your commander has Death Touch, you play this card, is what you're telling me. That's something. This in a Death Touch creature is a little messed up, guys. Right? Whenever a creature dies, untap it. It turns anything into a sharpshooter. This in a Death Toucher is just all their stuff is dead, right? Wow. Wow. There's probably some other stuff you can do with it with the untapping. Dakmor Sorceress. I have never seen this card. 6 mana. Star 4. Its power is equal to the number of swamps you control. Oh. So, nerfed Nightmare. You're looking good, though. You can fix her. Orb of Origin. 0 mana. Poly Artifact. 2: add 1 mana of any color. Other non-creature artifacts are mono and continuous. They're bringing back mono and continuous artifacts just with this one card. For anybody who knows about those from back in the day. Other non-creature artifacts are mono and continuous. Each activate ability of mono artifacts costs an additional tap to activate. What? An additional tap to activate if its cost doesn't already include tap. Okay. So you now have to tap like every artifact who has a thing that happens. Okay. It's a turn 1 combo with Soul Ring. Wait, what happens? What happens if you play this with a Soul Ring? Mono and continuous. Each activate ability of mono artifacts costs an additional tap to activate if its cost doesn't already include tap. As long as a continuous artifact is tapped, it loses all abilities. I don't know. What is going on? Judge? Does this turn itself into a thing that taps for 1 mana of any color? Oh, no, it says other. It says other. Nothing happens to Soul Ring. Judge! You have to double tap your Mox to get mana? Is that true? No. It only adds the additional tap to activate to the cost if it doesn't already have a tap. So, like Winter Orb, you have to tap it to turn on its effect. Is that how this works? Assume a Winter Orb. The activate ability of mono artifacts costs an additional tap. As long as a continuous artifact is tapped, it loses its abilities. Yeah. So you can tap your Winter Orb to turn it off. Each activate ability of mono artifacts. Dude, I'm lost. I don't know what's happening. Get this away from me. My head hurts. There's got to be something busted. If anybody knows something busted that can do. I mean, is it a stacks piece? Does it just turn some things off? I don't get. I know get. Do you have to tap your mana crypt to flip a coin? Like, what's going on? What happens to your basalt monolith with this? I don't know. I don't know, guys. I can't. I have to move. Wakestone Gargoyle, Angel of Vitality, Viscerid Deepwalker, Wing Splicer, Priest of Gix. Ooh, when it enters triple black. Storm card. Bog Down. Sack 2 lands? What a kicker. Target player discards 2 cards. If you paid the kicker, they discard 3. Okay. Worth double stone raining myself, probably. Copter Engineer. Fanatic of Mogiz. Gary, but red. And not gaining any life ever. Tangleworm. Song of Freylis. Ooh, we got Ghost Town. There's a reprint. 0. Return it to owner's hand. Use this ability only during another player's turn. It dodges Armageddon, guys. It's amazing. Chainer, Nightmare Adept. Oh, baby. What? That is the whitest Cathar's Crusade! Oh my goodness. Look at that. The worst EDH card ever to track. Oh, come on, get good. What are you? A YouTube gameplay editor? Oh yeah, naturalize to it immediately. What a card. Why is it white border? For collectability. Because the other ones aren't. Life tap. Blue. This is an old school one. This is a alpha card, right? Life tap. Blue enchantment. Whenever a forest an opponent controls becomes tapped, you gain 1 life. Ching ching. 2x4. 1 in a blue instant. Choose one or both. Put a base power 4 counter on target creature. Put a base toughness 4 counter on target creature. I mean, that's kind of crazy for an instant, right? That's pretty nasty little trick. They're trying out base power counter and base toughness counter. They've definitely done more with like base power and toughness in recent sets. There were a lot in Ixalan, I think. I think we've got 6 packs to go, guys. Thanks for hanging out today. Remember, you should be checking to see if there's still Mystery Booster 2 in Festival in a Box available. Use the links in the pinned comments and see if those are still available. Should be a heck of a drafting experience with your friends. Valorous Stance. Benevolent Bodyguard. Frogify. Undo. Return 2 creatures to their owner's hand. Nasty for 3 mana. Oh my gosh. Cabal Pit. Feed the Swarm. Hoarding Ogre. Twinferno. Garavoraz. Oh, it's another... You know, every now and then we just get another language. What language do we have here, guys? Spanish? Espanol? Turos Packmate. I had this in my deck. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. Conclave Mentor. Geared Conclave Exile. This is a commander card, right? C19. 2/5 when it enters, create a 4/4 Rhino with Trample. Whenever this attacks, populate. The token enters the battlefield tapped and attacking. That's kind of sick. Soul of Theros. White border, 6 mana, 6/6 avatar vigilance. Creatures get +2/+2 and gain first strike and lifelink until end of turn. Exile from the graveyard. Creatures get +2/+2, first strike and lifelink until end of turn. Interesting and explosive card. Oh. Oath of Druids. Oath of Druids. Oh my gosh. The Oath of Druids deck came out, the one that fetches up like Spirit of the Night and Spike Feeders, and I played it at a local tournament, but I didn't have 4 Oath of Druids. In fact, I only had 2. So I went, what was this in? Was it Odyssey? No, it wasn't Odyssey. It was way before Odyssey. Anyway, whatever set it was in, I bought as many packs as I could, trying to crack some to play in the tournament, and I did get one. I ended up playing with 3 Oath of Druids in the tournament, and I dunked on everybody way too easily. It was gross. It was so mean. Oath of Druids back in the day. This card, guys, oh my gosh. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player chooses target player who controls more creatures than they do and is their opponent. The first player may reveal cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature. If the first player does, that player puts that card onto the battlefield and all other cards revealed this way into the graveyard. So you would play this with Gaia's Blessing to reshuffle your graveyard, and you would have like maybe Spike Feeders in your deck, which you can just kill whenever you want to gain 4 life, so that you're just endlessly gaining life and reshuffling your deck. I ran the nice version. It's like an all control deck, and those were the only creatures. I ran the nice version, which ran Spirit of the Night, which was like a 6/6 flying haste thing to actually kill the opponent. But the mean version of the deck didn't have any of that. The mean version of the deck just waited for the opponent to run out of cards, since you were reshuffling with Gaia's Blessing all the time. And that's how we did Magic back in my day. I was doing no win cons before it was as uncool as it is now. What the hell is this? Terry Pin Turbo Turtle. 2 is it, 4 total mana, legendary turtle athlete. Turtle athlete. Flash haste. You may ignore the words activate only as a sorcery while activating abilities. Oh my gosh. Ignore the words activate only as a sorcery. Why is it though? I don't have no questions. The art alone is amazing. Oh my god. Terry Pin as in Terrapin. I missed it. Oh my god, I missed it. That's why I'm a sponsored creator, guys. All right, just a reminder if you're joining or if it's been a while since I mentioned this, so you forgot about it, because that would make sense. Gina demands that I find the card A Girl and Her Dogs. She is incredibly angry with me for not drafting it at Gen Con. I passed it. Josh Lee Kwai snatched it up. She wants it so badly. I'm literally in the doghouse until I bring her the card A Girl and Her Dogs, which can only be found in Mystery Booster 2, which can only be found in Festival in a Box. Click the link on sale today, on sale now, and at MagicCon events in the future. So we really need to find this card. I need to find this card. Trust me, guys, the content gets a lot worse. A lot worse. If I have to sleep in the doghouse much longer. You're gonna be able to tell in some videos coming up that I haven't been sleeping. It's gonna be crabby CGB. Shepherd of the Flock, Looter Ilcor. Guys, I'm not messaging Josh Lequai to ask for the card he drafted. It's my fault. I need to solve my own problem. It doesn't mean anything if I just ask for it back. Arrogant Vampire. I've been called this. Disturbed Burial. Higher Wild Shaman. Unchained Berserker. Tireless Provisioner. Struggle for Skemvar. Golgari Charm. Sublime Epiphany. All White Archon of Amiria. Wow. Black Vice. From back in the day. The WinCon. The new art. I think that's a new art. I've never seen that art. Black Vice. It's been a minute. Keeper of the Crown. 2L. What? Human Noble. L can be paid with 1 mana from a legendary source. Oh, other legendary creatures get +1/+1 and have indestructible. So legendary lands, legendary creatures that tap for mana. Got it. Can't be played with a Black Lotus. Not good. Adventure. 2 and a green, sorcery adventure. Target creature you control becomes legendary noble in addition to other types and has the ability to tap for add mana of any color and draw a card. Okay. Well, that fixes it for the most part. Yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool adventure card right there. I like it. Keep it coming, baby. Oh, we got a feisty pack here. Do I have to get the scissors back out? Nope. I'd run it in Joda. I can see that. You can run anything legendary in Joda. It would probably still be busted. Infantry. Glimmer Point Stag. Spectral Sailor. Vidalcan Dismisser. Plague Speater. Virus Beetle. Invigorating Rampage. Goblin Matron. Ah, Goblin Tutor. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Destiny Spinner. Cryptoplast Rootkin. Graft 4. When it enters, counter for each graft. No. Put a counter on each other creature you control with a counter on it. Move a counter. Okay. Puresight Marrow. Merfolk Wizard with the untap ability to look at the top card of your library. You may remove it from the game. Timeless Dragon. I had one of these in my deck. Turns out I had 3 dragons. Turns out dragons are good and limited. Elvish Spirit Guide, white bordered. You want a green mana for free, kid? Check out Elvish Spirit Guide. Rhinos. Crashing Footfalls. One of the only games I lost in this event. Turn 1, suspend Crashing Footfalls, and I knew it was going to be a tough one. Pretty hot in these rhinos. Would you believe I get that reference? I definitely do. Brigid, who's seen some stuff. 2 white, 3/3. Vigilant Kithkin Archer. Nimble. This creature can't be blocked by creatures with power of 3 or greater. Kithkin you control have Thought Weft. What? A creature with Thought Weft has all printed keyword abilities of other creatures you control with Thought Weft. So this makes all Kithkins nimble, but it also makes all Kithkins like slivers? The art is amazing. The art is actually amazing. I don't believe I have any foils yet. If I do, I literally didn't notice their foil, which is unlikely. So I would say the answer is no foils yet. I do love the art. 3 to go, guys. We really need a girl and her dogs. We need a girl and her dogs a lot. Come on now. One time. I've opened a couple of Kithkin. I was warned that any type you chase in this, there's just so many cards in it. Those types exist, but you might not be able to reach them. Adamant Will. Dissipate. Fumble. That said, I had 3 slivers and we got there. Like my slivers were some of my best cards. I also had 3 dragons. I was trying to build around both types. I ended up with 3 of each and it was still pretty good. Mogi's Favor. Throat Slitter. Sting Scourger? Sting Scourger? What? Return target creature an opponent controls. Wait, what? When this comes into play, return target creature an opponent controls to... A goblin that bounces something? What the hell is this? Okay. Moving on. Spite Bellows. Broken Wings. Vastwood Surge. Planar Chaos was a wild time. True. Counter Squall. Showdown of the Scalds. I had this in my deck. Trust me, this card is still busto. Uh-huh. There is some bizarre Magic the Gathering player out there who is going to build a whole deck with this. And I'm not gonna lie, I kind of want to build my Hilda of the Icy Crown deck with this. I kind of do. Just a little. Not a lot. Not a lot. Just a little. I found the foil, guys. I found the foil. From genuinely hurts my eyes to incredibly visually appeasing. And appealing even. Somebody out there is gonna like this. Perfect commander card. I would not call this a perfect commander card. I definitely would call this an excellent modern card, and somebody out there is gonna want it. Somebody's gonna be very excited to play with this frame, this foil, this card in something like modern. Like Death Shadow is an absolute rock star out there. Audric Lunar Marquise. 2 and a black 3/3 human soldier. At the beginning of each combat, creatures you control gain banding. Until end of turn if a creature you control has banding. The same is true for Changeling, Devoid, Fear, Flanking, Horsemanship, Ingest, Intimidate, Landwalk, Shroud, Tantrum, Wither, and the activated ability Sacrifice this creature, add colorless. It's just all the retired abilities, guys. They're just dishing out retired abilities. It should be called Audric in the Retirement Home. Dude, this card is going to make judges everywhere. Oh my. Oh, Of course, Horsemanship's the busted one. Is it each creature you control? It is. If it was creatures opponents control gain Horsemanship, that would be awkward. Oh my gosh, that's wild, dude. That is absolutely wild. No regeneration? Tragic. Nobody cares about regeneration anymore. No rampage. They had to draw the line somewhere. Radiance Judgment, 2 and a white. Destroy target creature with power 4 or greater. Cycling. Evangel of Heliod. Flash of Insight. Exhaustion. Steel Strength. Pawn of Ulamog. Light up the stage. Firebelly Changeling. Titanic Rex. Streetwise Negotiator. Crystalline Sliver. Witch of the Moors. Why? Dude, so many of these white border cards are white. This is getting insane. Am I crazy? Is it just me? Anyway, I have a pregame action. I'm going to put the whitest ley line you've ever seen on the battlefield for free. I mean, what? Nomad's Encore. This was a combo card. This still is a combo card. Is dealt to target creature you control instead. Guess what is a really good card to go with a 0 mana activated targeting ability? Does anybody know what this card is a really good combo with? I bet you do. I bet you do. Oh man, it's going to come down to the last pack. The Heron Moon. It looks suspiciously like an Eldrazi. This is a legendary land. It taps for a colorless. For 1 and a tap, exile the bottom card of target opponent's library. Whenever 1 or more cards an opponent owns are put into exile, put a release counter on the Heron Moon. Then, if it has 13 or more release counters on it, sacrifice it and create a copy of Emrakul, the Promised End. Cast it without paying its mana cost. Wow. Whenever 1 or more cards an opponent owns are put into exile, put release counter on the moon. 13 or more, sacrifice it and create a copy of Emrakul, the Promised End. Dude, this card is sweet. Like, this card is actually sweet. I want this card for real. It's how we get Emrakul out of the moon. Yeah, this card is amazing, right? Absolute. I mean, at least put it in Alchemy. This card is awesome. Just play Farewell and win. So it says whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile, put a counter on it. So Farewell would only trigger in like Commander, it would trigger 3 times because it's 3 opponents, right? But like, it's not what you think it is. You need individual triggering instances of exile. So you want to play against somebody who's playing like you want to play this in Ob Nixilis, right? The 4 mana Ob Nixilis. You want to play this in Faldhorn. You want to play that, or no, that's opponent's cards. Never mind. You want to play this against those decks, is what I mean. Ooh, you want to play this in Rocco, right? I think that's a cool card. I want that card for real. All right, guys, last chance. Last chance. Last chance. Come on, baby. Flicker, Cascade, that kind of stuff. But A Girl and Her Dogs, please. Please get me out of the doghouse. Custody Squire. Fanatical Devotion. Careful Study. Windstorm Drake. Vampiric Link. Whenever enchanted creature deals damage, you gain that much life. It's like lifelink, but not. Diregraph Horde. Forked Lightning. Falconwrath Celebrants. Curse of Predation. Invigorate. This should be in Gina's main Skimbo deck. Do you think she'd take this over a girl and her dogs? You think she'd accept an Invigorate? Ornithopter of Paradise. Elsha of the Infinite. Gitaxian Probe. White bordered pay 2 life sorcery. Look at target player's hand. Gitaxian Probe. That's a future sight frame. Okagashi Vengeful Kami. 6/6 flying trample dragon spirit. When it deals combat damage to a player, if that player attacked you during their last turn, exile target non-land permanent that player controls. That's a banger. You excited about this? It is pretty. It is a very pretty dragon spirit. It might make the dragon. All the spots are filled on the left side. It's true. It covers the whole frame right there. I was like, that's a white card. All right. Intangible Vibes. 1 and a white enchantment. All creatures are tokens. They're considered tokens for spells and abilities. If a creature leaves the battlefield, it ceases to exist. Intangible Vibes. All creatures are tokens. All creatures are tokens. It ceases to exist is now my favorite sentence on a Magic card, right? Creatures are mega exiled, yes. They don't even go to exile. Yes, that's correct. We played around exiling to Dothy Voidwalker and such. It makes Cyclonic Rift really good. Oh my god. You're right, though. Well, at least on creatures. They get death triggers, though. I don't think... tokens do create death triggers, right? They touch the graveyard. It's an interesting card for sure. But you definitely want things that are like, whenever you create a token, this. All tokens get this. You know, Caretaker's Talent, that kind of thing. I could buy the girl with dogs for you. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'll figure my own stuff out, guys. Guys, it's going to mean nothing to Gina if you get me off the couch. I have to get me off the couch. That's how this works. Some of y'all aren't married enough to understand. It's okay. It's okay. No, we didn't get a girl and her dogs. We failed on that particular task, guys. But don't worry. Don't worry. Stay positive. It's gonna be okay. All right. I was going to open some other things, but it's already after 3. I was also going to play some Brawl. Unfortunately, that timing isn't going to work out. But for those of you looking at Festival in a Box and wondering if this is a thing you should be into, I've got to tell you, the Mystery Booster 2 experience is amazing. There's a ton of value in the collector boosters and secret lairs that come with each Festival in a Box. This is available today. Last we checked, it was still available right now. There's a link in the description to order your own. I really recommend drafting Mystery Booster 2 with friends. It was unbelievably fun at Gen Con, and I think if you have a play group that likes to draft, if you are ever the types to get a box, get everybody together, get some good food, get some good drink, and crack a box and draft a box, Mystery Booster 2 should be on that list. It's just a whole thing of its own, and I absolutely love it. It's in a class all its own for limited formats. So on that note, I would like to say please check out the links. Thank you to Wizards for supporting this stream. I appreciate a lot them sending this for me to open for all of you. And if you enjoyed the stream, yeah, again, click the link, check it out, see if it's for you. This will also be available. Mystery Booster 2 will be available at events such as MagicCon. So that is going to be the place in the future that you can experience the set. But as far as getting it to your own home, you got to go through the Secret Lair. You got to go through Festival in a Box. And the only way to do that is to click the link above. So do that thing. Best card I pulled? I mean, I pulled the foil Death Shadow. I can't complain about the foil Death Shadow. Like, that is probably up there. Yeah, I'd just give it that. I mean, this is also like, this is an Etched Demonic Tutor that I got out of the Commander Masters booster. That was pretty amazing too. Like, we did good. We're doing just fine. And we got a ton of white borders. If you like white border cards, I'm not sure what's wrong with you. There's something off, but you know what? There's still some magic for you. Anyway, thank you for being a part of the stream. Click the link, last call, last CTA, as they say. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Check out the videos, and I'll probably do a Covert Go chill video later tonight, opening the secret layers and the new cards that arrived that I alluded to. I've got to get my butt out the door because the worst possible Commander show needs me. We're filming an episode tonight. Wish me luck. See you in the next one. You're cool.